And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? And what have you been up to this week / weekend / whatever the thing that preceded this? Because it might have been months. I don't know. I know some of you turn up and like, I haven't been here in ages. Oh, everything's the same. Because these aren't good. They're just here for those of you who actually like them, and I still completely don't understand why. But I'm kind of glad of that. Always glad not to have to. You see these like really high-end professional streams where they put like actual work and effort into them, and I'm like, yeah, nah, not into that. So yeah, prophet. Well, I don't know how to put all the T's at the end, but why are you shouting at me? You don't need to. Good. Well, thanks to the fat fingers. Okay. Anyway, and Mrs. Sick had to refresh. She's got other things to do as well. Yeah. I've written lines for her in my upcoming video, like some sort of psychopath. She's super stoked about that, I'm sure. It's going to be a funny joke, I think, so it's always worth it.
Yeah, the backgrounds tend to last a while. I'll change it eventually. It's not...
I don't think they're saying new background, as in where's the new background. I think they're saying, oh, new background, as in this one is a new background. You tend to be like that, don't you? Whatever someone is saying, it's got to be the most negative version of it. She's terrible when it comes to her sister texting her. She'll get a message like, she'll be like, babes, can't believe my sister said that to me. Hi, how are you doing? It's like, maybe it's just, hi, how are you doing?
I always take things as a pessimistic tone.
Yeah. It's, I can only imagine it's really, really exhausting for you. The worst time to have a heart attack is during a game of charades. That's really good. Heart attack, dying, calling an ambulance. I really like that. Fuck. Wanted to drop in to say, please keep doing what you're doing. No, I'm going to stop now because you said that. How could you? How dare you? I don't like the fact that this is my career now, and thus, if I stop doing it, I'll literally starve. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you. I won't be celebrating it. I don't want to offend anybody, but yeah, 100% no. You have my undivided attention, as I'm not on one of the many geopolitical channels, and being serious, I can put on my dumb tinfoil hat. Enjoy. If you're standing behind it, is it still technically a background? Well, no, then if you're standing behind it, it's a foreground. I guess technically she's in the background. I'm the background.
No, I'm in the midground.
You're in the fuck you ground.
And I'm digging the ground.
She is the ground. She's everywhere. Change it and there's just lots and lots and lots of Mrs. Sick faces in the floor. Are we still all horrible people? You've never been horrible people. Terrible. Terrible people. It's one word. Understand it. Same way that I am not smart, handsome, and good at the sex, or smart, famous, and good at the sex. It is handsome, famous, and good at the sex. There is no smart about it. I'm a big, stupid idiot, and that's a fact backed up by all the science. I couldn't attend last week. I was being old and went to bed at 8:30. Slept all the way through until my alarm went off at 6:30. Haven't slept that long since I was 11. I don't know why, but the night I had a really good sleep, I think it was Friday night, part way through, I woke up. It was Saturday to Sunday morning, and I woke up part way through. I went, oh no, I've got to get up with the kids and help them do the school thing. And then I realized that it was Sunday, and I was like really happy. So I went to sleep really happy, and then I had the worst fucking anxiety dream I think I've ever had. Or at least like a stress dream, which was just the weirdest thing of some guy who vaguely looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was just the most obnoxious person I've ever interacted with. everything that he would ask you a question and then just shit on you for the entire thing. It was ridiculous. And I woke up and my whole body was in pain as if I'd been running the previous day. Or, well, what usually causes pain, having gone out moshing to a metal club. I couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun way to wake up. Thanks, body. Still, I would still have that over the time I dreamt that I'd sat down, written, scripted, recorded, and edited a full video, only to discover that I had done none of that, and it had just been a dream. Still fucking salty about that. Sleep paralysis is pretty fucking bad too. I can imagine. I don't think I've ever had anything of the sort. I think you've had a bit of that. Have you had a bit of sleep paralysis, or is it just something you know about?
No, I've not had sleep paralysis.
You have like shit hovering above you though, don't you? Like spooky ghosts. But you know,
that's only when I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
It's not when I'm like I am. I don't know. Sleep paralysis is not the same though. You feel that you can't move, and usually things come at you.
See, everybody's going.
But I know that I can move, so it doesn't bother me.
Just imagining a horrible Schwarzenegger impression. He didn't sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just looked like him. I don't remember what his voice was, but he didn't have the distinct accent. He just vaguely looked like a slightly melted Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was just the worst human being I've ever met. It was so fucking annoying. Like he in the dream he asks me what I do for work, and I said I'm a YouTuber. It's like, so you only got to do 2 hours of work a day. I was like, motherfucker, I will often do 12. Fuck you. It was very, very, very irritating. But yeah, dream. I know it doesn't fucking matter. What does it mean? It means that my body likes to give me stress dreams.
Yeah, I get stress dreams, but mine are usually natural disasters.
Yeah, she has a habit of dreaming that the house is like the flood levels have come up to the level of just our floor. If you've seen fucking Ponyo, basically, like you've had that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could sleep anywhere. A moving train on square wheels, no problem. I'm not that great at sleeping in most, but I'm genuinely terrible at falling asleep for it.
I'm a dead sleeper though.
Yeah.
I'm a dead sleeper. I just don't sleep well.
Yeah. Neither of us do. Trying to improve that recently through various means, but we'll see. My ex-missus had sleep paralysis years ago. I was absolutely convinced that a ghost was sitting on her chest. I looked up her symptoms: can't move, crushing sensation. Yeah, not the ghosts. I mean, when it's something that you can't explain and it really freaks you out, I can understand the lean towards woo when it scares the shit out of you. But yeah, you have to try and be at least a little bit.
It is like a commonality with sleep paralysis, though. Like, what? People tend to have kind of very similar sort of experiences. They think it might be like a primal thing. Because, like, we have certain primal fears of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with fear of the dark. It's like everybody has a moment where, oh, is there something in the dark? And then you realise you're in your own home, and there almost certainly isn't.
And then you get some really fucking weird ones which are completely out of left field.
Such as?
One of the ones that I heard was a woman who saw it was a very fat goose sat on her, and it kept trying to like peck out her eyes. Yeah. That was a weird one.
Yeah. I would imagine that there really just was a goose. It wasn't some fucking hallucination or fantasy. Just goose.
Primal fear of the church. You get the Pope sat on your chest.
I was thinking that you just open your eyes and there's a church on your chest. So how did this even get here? I'm horrible at falling asleep, but once I'm there, I've slept through a hurricane at least once. Complete fucking opposite. Everything wakes me up. Everything wakes me up. It's ridiculous. It's very rare that I'll sleep through things. I have to be absolutely fucking exhausted and just completely have shut down in order to sleep through things. Otherwise, something slightly moves in the room and I'm like, whoa, what's that? What's the fuck's going on? Who's trying to kill us?
And then I'll sleep with fire alarms.
Yeah. The only time she wakes up to nothing is if I have to get up and move and I crinkle a piece of paper. And then she goes, go back to sleep, darling. Other than that, I could set off a firework and she wouldn't notice. But just the smallest, subtlest sound. I guess they're the ones that get you. That's where the monsters come from. Monsters aren't... they're not bombastic.
They're not usually loud.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why only
it's the sound of
slight
sneaking.
noises wake me up.
There is something
maybe
about...
you should just start like banging around, then it probably wouldn't wake me up.
Just walk along the bed going...
Yeah. It probably wouldn't wake me up.
You are a nice young man. Don't let anyone dim your sparkle. Thanks? I'm not that young anymore. I only had night terrors once, Med's reaction, and it was eldritch patterns all on the walls. Now, by eldritch patterns...
That's pretty sick, actually.
Do you mean, like, eyes and shit? Or, like, just, like, some sort of complicated pictogram kind of shit? I'd be interested. It's the sort of shit that you should, if you have any skill at all, you, like, draw down, because it could be cool. Are the monsters trained at PragerU? No one's trained at PragerU. That would involve having competencies. Cirsic, salubrious greetings and salutations to you and your good lady.
Ugh.
I've only got the bad one here today. It is what it is. You deal.
Like bad Janet.
I smoke weed too much to dream. Dreaming is overrated. I don't know. I like fun dreams. I hate the fucking stress ones, but most of them are stress ones.
Yeah, I either get weird dreams or stress dreams.
The amount of dreams I get where I get into a fight and then I am completely unable to put any force into my defensive punches. Because I don't start fights. I'm not someone... I've said it before. I get started on so much. It's ridiculous.
What is said in your opening song? What do you think is said? Because there's like a debate on this.
There's a debate and there's a really, really fucking obvious answer. But I say that it's sausage just because I think it's funny. Not liking reality is cringe and gay. Being comfortable with whatever sensational trick your meaty body is playing in your Cartesian theatre is based in Skibbity God mode. For fuck's sake. What a sentence. Yeah, exactly. Sausage! I actually got into a silly fight on Friday while sober. Was the other person sober or were they pissed? Because I know a guy who will just... I was talking to Mrs. Sick about it, and she kind of feels like she's going to upset people without realizing it or where it's come from. And I realized the other day that when I interact with this individual, they have a bad habit of just taking something you said in the worst possible way, worst humanly possible way.
That's what I do.
And getting extremely fucking upset. Well, you don't do what they do. You know you don't do what they do.
I take it in the worst possible way and then feel really bad about it.
But you don't lash out.
No.
They will make their distaste very obvious. And you're like, fucking hell, dude. I thought we were just having a conversation. I'm not trying to hurt you. My words are not here to harm you. Calm the fuck down. And when you say that, then they get even more mad for some reason. No, it's like, but that's what you want. It's just like, I'm not trying to make you sad. I thought we were having a chat about some subject.
Just chill, Winston.
Yeah. I'm math god, and no, complex maths are like negative maths. Just got to wrap your head around it, and it's pretty natural how it gets there. What? What? Why? Why say that? Your last things were plans you wrong. So I don't even know what's going on anymore. What do you mean worst human possible way? I can't believe you've said this. Yeah, sometimes I slip up and reveal the fact that I am not in fact a cosmic horror. At least the person who plays Cirsic isn't. That's the way I like to think about it. Or that my host body is resistant and...
It's fighting back.
Yeah. Sober. Some teen friends started jumping back into my way. so gently put 2 fingers on his shoulder. How could you? He wasn't intending anything, just zero situational awareness.
It's like, bro, personal space.
But yeah, I've been started on drunk. I've been started on completely sober. I've been started on a couple of times with my children, which, as the guy code goes, don't fucking start shit when men are with their children, you fucking psycho, especially when they've done nothing. I mean, I think you shouldn't start shit with anybody for no reason ever, because it's psychotic. But I have had innumerable amount of eggs thrown at me, especially when I was younger. And yeah, people like punching me in the face in bars just out of nowhere. Maybe all this time I've just been doing horrible, terrible things and not realizing it. But I think mostly there's just a lot of people out there who get very upset that someone is tall. And I'm not even that tall. I'm only 6'3". I don't think that's that tall. But it is whatever. How do you keep your sword sharp? By sharpening it. I fought in my sleep and punched my girl. Oh, Mrs. Sick has punched me in her sleep. The only thing I do to her is that she gets her hair on my side of the bed and I accidentally lean on it. And I'm quite heavy. She's never happy.
No.
And the answer, but you were on my side. Not a good,
I think you should just
not
go
a good
back to
excuse.
that.
I should have just known that she decided to lay her
Just
hair.
go back to that sentence. I'm never happy. This kind of sums it up.
But she spreads her hair out across the bed like some sort of goddess picture.
What, some sort of music video?
Yeah. And then, I get into bed and I lean on it and she gets mad. Or she's spread across the bed and I don't realise where her legs were.
I am happy to have my hair, like, buzz cut, but you don't want that.
No, but that doesn't mean you can't keep it out of the way. Which hair? Not her pubes.
I don't know, they get pretty long.
Pretty sure they don't get head hair long.
Oh god,
I mean, we could test.
Oh god, no. They're not that bad. No. I have looked up on the Guinness World Book of Records for the longest pubes and it's just not good.
Most bars are out of nowhere, aren't they? I mean, the alternative would be bars in nowhere. I'm not talking about the bars being out of nowhere. I'm talking about someone hitting me out of nowhere. I punched the wall as a kid and I thought I was fighting my brother. How?
Dreaming.
I punched a wall as a kid because my grandfather was so fucking rude to me that I didn't know how to fucking cope with it. So I walked out of the room and then just punched the wall 3 times. It was a very hard wall. My hand hurt a lot.
Does this sound like a French accent?
Yes, exactly. Ideally, it's just the plutonic ideal of a French accent was written right there. Amazing. You remove parts of your sword to keep it sharp. Lame. Who said that when I sharpen it, I'm not using something that adds material to it? You don't know. You don't know how I sharpen things. Sharp. Hello, terrible people. Terrible Frog here. I mean, so are you legendarily terrible? Is that how it works? Wait, you're not French? Unfortunately, no. I know it's been a sort of an open secret that I am in fact not French.
Do you have Discord?
Do I?
I do, but he doesn't.
She does. I technically have a Discord, as in the account. I used to have a Discord, and then I didn't go in it. And then people were just having long-winded conversations about really, really fucking random shit. And I was like, do you know what? I kind of don't want this here as my responsibility in case people start going fucking mental, so I just shut it down. They can go talk somewhere else. I don't want to be responsible for other people's actions. I think it was around the time when people, like, lots of fucked up things were happening in certain Discords. And I was like, I don't want to be part of that shit. I'm out. And I never used it because I don't like it. I find the interface fucking garbage. I couldn't figure out how to turn off notifications on phones and shit. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not using this. I prefer Twitter. Sue me. Like, it's
so,
just...
So you bathe.
I do.
I'm one of those weird women that bathes multiple times a week.
I mean, once every year, whether I need it or not. It's just, you've got to. So when are we doing the next Egypt stream? We're never doing an Egypt stream. If she wants to do an Egypt stream, she has all the capabilities in the world to do one. I might even help, but no. Right-click server, disable notifications. Do you know what I found easier? Right-click uninstall. Perfect. I went mental years ago. Now everything makes more sense. Well, it's when you remember when you lost your mind. I demand my own dwarf planet. You can have as many as you want. You just have to go and get them. I should make a Discord with a better interface. Make money. You could try, but whether or not anybody would use it, or you would have the capability of, doing it.
What is your dream collab?
What is my dream collab? Well, I was gonna say some top end, super famous YouTuber, but they're all fucking covered in controversies. So I guess just everybody all at once has to collab with me and have my content on their channel and to say, go subscribe to Setic. That'd be perfect. I would imagine it would give me a couple of subscribers.
Has anyone
know
seen...
Ronaldo, he went fucking massive. I don't give a shit about football, but he got like, was it like 15 million subs in less than a week or something stupid like that? Him. And all I want him to do is go subscribe to Setic. Perfect collab. It'd be very beneficial.
Has anyone seen Joker 2 any good? My sister watched it and she liked it, and
she has terrible fucking taste in movies.
So that's enough information for me to not watch it.
Sick dream collab, bottle of whiskey. I mean, you're not wrong, but when you make your dreams come true every day, it's not quite the same. Yeah. So apparently Joker 2 is complete garbage, and apparently ignore the trailers for it because they're fucking terrible. They make it look generic as fuck. The new Transformers movie, which has the sort of vibe of the 80s cartoons, apparently it's really good. So when that comes to some way of obtaining it completely legally, obviously, I'm not going to fucking cinema. You think I'm crazy? But yeah, when that comes out, I'm gonna watch that. Wait, I thought you said Collab, not collab. Collab is the planet God live at the planet God lives at in the Mormon religion. Would I collab with the God of the Mormons? Yeah, because it would be funny.
Ask about the underwear.
Yeah.
Like, what is with that?
What's with the underwear? Why is it magic? Is it bulletproof? Can we test it? Not on me. I want to test it on you. And then I'd shoot Mormon God. Because I am evil. Take that. That sounds like actual fun. Oh, we don't want that though. What movies and or series does Sick enjoy when he's not berserking? Any favourite director, actor and or film eras? I like a lot of shit. I wouldn't say favourites in terms of directors and actors or even specifically film series. There's just things that I like, especially as I get older. Like anything that's more specific. Apart from, I don't know, BoJack Horseman is really, really good. And I will rewatch that quite regularly. But other than that, I just got... Like, I've got a Plex server. We've got like 100 DVDs in the living room that I'm slowly going through and adding to this stockpile of movies that I can stick on my Plex server. So we have our own, Netflix with blackjack and hookers. At some point when it's big enough, we'll probably knock Netflix on the head. We have
a question of where do you think we go after death? So, in the ground. Or in the sea, if you're really lucky.
I think me gets fired into an orphanage. If my will is correctly followed. But in terms of your spirit or your soul or your orb. I don't think those things exist. I don't think those things exist, and you go nowhere. This is it. Make the best of it that you can. Brighton, says Dick Gallo.
Oh,
you
God.
go to Brighton. I don't want to go to Brighton. Benji has a lot of laser discs. I'm not sure I believe you, but I want it to be true.
And I have a question for you. Why do you care about religion? I mean, you don't live in the Middle East like me and have to have it shoved up, and everything you can just live in peace.
I am interested in religion because it does do things in my country. It might not be as strong as where you are, but any amount of interference with my life is too much. Also, when it comes to the world stage, America is a big deal, whether you want to accept that or not, and the things that happen there affect everyone. And they have sects of hyper-religious politicians and such. And so making sure people understand that the things certain people say are wrong and or ridiculous is important. And frankly, even where you are, like I talk about Islamic apologetics as well and make fun of them. So I don't know if it has any effect on you or where you are, but it could. So, you know, it's not like I'm not covering many things.
And your orb goes nowhere, but your cube goes to Bendigo.
Ah, yes, of course. All cubes go to Bendigo. It's inevitable. Unless they're any other colour than green. Humans are not the most important thing in the entire universe. Do not believe religions. Humans aren't the most important thing on Earth. Frankly. They're just very, very messy. When is the next Spirit Science video? I can't remember if I have one in the barrel. I think I do. So whenever I decide to publish it. Is Mrs. Sick burying a body next to the tree? Anyone we know? Did they try to snatch some of your whiskey?
Oh my God.
Were they trying to convert you to Scientology?
When I drew this, I thought it was going to be kind of obvious, but obviously not. It's digging for whiskey, and I'm the one that's digging, and he gets to enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's just burying all the women who ever flirted with me slightly at a bar. She gets very jealous.
No, I don't.
You used to.
I used to.
Now she doesn't care. Now she thinks it's funny.
It wasn't really jealousy, though. It was possessiveness.
That's not better. I would have gone with jealousy. The first time we experienced that, some woman came up to me and like touched my beard, and I was just like, oh, whatever.
Oh, it wasn't that. She sat on your lap and touched your beard, and she was stroking.
No, that was you've combined two things, I think. Someone else sat on my lap, which is someone we knew. She didn't play with my beard. And then some random woman sat across from us on that little pizza table that was outside the food bit. And she's the one who's... Unless there was more. There might have been more. I don't know. We were out. I was drunk. And women are into me in rock clubs.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
I'm very aware because like when you went out on your own, you pulled and then you saw her again.
Yeah, that was awkward. And she was clearly still trying. It's like, I didn't pull as in actually follow through with anything. She was clearly very into me. I don't think I'm that good looking. Maybe I'm just charming. I don't fucking know what it is, but it's very common for metal chicks to be...
It's all of the above, that's what it is.
Yeah. Normal women in the normal world, they fucking hate me, so I think it's like a balancing act.
It must be a metal club thing, because like when you went out on the stag do...
Take me to rock club.
You know, when you went out on the stag do, you were like getting women there as well.
No, there was one chick in the rock club that we went to.
Yeah, in a rock
club.
Who
immediately walked up to me and said, I really like your style. And I was like, fucking hell, I've only just sat down. And then we had to leave. Only fools and liars can't accept when the rest of the world can see so clearly. Okay, thank you. That was very meaningful. Codathis wants me to wingman them. I don't know. I think they just all come to me, and you'd be left on your own.
Seagulls, or it's like seagulls around fish and chips.
Yeah, I'm trying not to sound like fucking Andrew Tate. It's like, women are just all over me. It's like, I don't fucking understand it. I don't know why.
A lot
like
of the time,
I'm like,
not that. It's a lot of the time you're quite oblivious. Either you're oblivious or you just don't care.
The thing, like, I'm much older than I was when I was a young man. I could kind of understand it. I'm not the most hideous thing to look at, but now, like, I'm old, I'm big, I've got a beard, I'm just like kind of a fat dude. But I guess I just have the vibe. Don't know.
You do.
Cersei has chainmail underwear. No, I don't. I would never wear chainmail underwear. That would be fucking atrocious.
Oh God.
I would imagine that as soon as you shifted it, it would start pulling on your pubes.
You know how like your balls like stick to your thigh? Imagine it, but sticking to metal.
That's it. It's the dad bod. Maybe, but yeah.
Dad bod gets him every time.
It's your winning personality. I think it's the winning moshing. I do move like a motherfucker.
He is quite a good dancer. Yeah.
Yeah. Curse given to you in your 20 only releases its curse now. Maybe. I don't know. I can cook. Chicks dig men who can cook. Chicks dig men who can cook. I can cook okay. I don't think I'm amazing at cooking.
They don't know his cooking skills while he's
let's be fair. I'm not there in the pub, like just frying up some fucking, I don't know, gyoza or whatever.
How do you fry up gyoza?
I think it's fried.
It's not
you
fried.
Fry it?
I thought it was like boiled.
Oh well, you'll have to look that up.
Okay.
I'm a chef, man, but refuse to do it like ever. I can understand that. It's like when people, there's certain jobs where people, when you tell them what it is, they'll ask you to just do it. Perform for me, monkey boy. I get it. If people find out that I do YouTube, and if I explain what I do, which is basically argue with stupid people.
Okay, you can pretty much do anything with them: steam and boil and pan fry.
Invariably, people will tell me that I need to do their random family member. And I'm like, do they make videos? Are they talking about something that I can actually interact with? Or do you just think they're an idiot? Because what would I fucking do with that? I don't give a shit about your family member. I probably don't give a shit about you. Why would I do any of this? Jesus Christ.
Bro, you're so loud.
I am Mr. Loud. That is, I'm allowed.
Is he any bear piss?
Is there any bear? Yeah, it's on the bed.
Okay.
The bear's pissed on the bed. I have a thing for crazy Christian girl style. Not a good combo. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Gyoza are fried or steamed, yes. Thank you. See, I am the correct. So we were both correct, I guess. The English boil, the Chinese fries, American microwave. I think that's all just like stereotyping.
I'm so uncomfortable.
I can make a mean omelette. I can make an even meaner margarita. So are they just very aggressive, or are their contents aren't very, generous?
You get to be alone now.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah. Oh, I didn't mean I do it for a living. I just had it as a serious hobby for a long time, and now I just never cook, even though everything I touch turns to delish. I like that. Everything I touch is delicious, and touches keyboard, and it just turns into a block of cheese. Fuck! It's like it's like that fuck. I want to say it's a Pringles ad. It's not Pringles. Skittles. The guy who can't touch anything because it all turns into Skittles. Oh, very funny. First best trick: onion and garlic on everything. Duh. I mean, to be fair. Can Cersei create the universe by speaking in the vacuum, just like in the Bible? No, if you speak into a vacuum, your lips get stuck onto the nozzle end. It's never a good look. And if you stick it anywhere else, you just have a trip to the hospital. A la anglaise literally means boil and salt. Where's the stereotype? Okay, but we don't say that over here. And I don't know anybody who just salts and boils everything. So it is a stereotype, especially when it's a lie.
It's not the 1930s, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's not in the war anymore. We have access to
I don't know, like,
food.
if you're an English person and you know people who do that, great. But if you're not English, then it's just you making stereotypes about other countries. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Favorite fluff? No. And let there be in space. One can hear you scream. I'm sure that's supposed to be no one. Hoover can hear you scream. My margarita is just salt. Ran out, and I don't like other people drinking my beer. I'm curious if Sick can create whiskey just by yelling into the void. I wish. Now you have to put work into whiskey. That's part of what makes it good. It's like going to a various specific grocery stores for specific cultures and try different ingredients you normally never use. Yeah, I mean
Or I just eat food I can taste.
the random herbs and spices to see how it goes together. Sometimes it works pretty well. It rarely isn't, like, at least relatively okay as long as you're tasting it. Although when Mrs. Sick makes things she can taste, it's usually incredibly fucking spicy. I had to cool the fuck down of a curry she made because I couldn't taste anything but hot. So I had to add cream to it. By cream I meant cheese because we didn't have any cream. It worked. It tasted really good after that. Boiled ham and cabbage. That's all you eat. Obviously. I mean, the fact that I haven't had boiled ham or cabbage in literal years will not deter me from that being all I eat.
If you only ate boiled ham and cabbage, you wouldn't be this big.
True. I'd probably just stop eating and let myself wither and die because that does sound extremely uninteresting. So if I recall correctly, spices were expensive food, was tasty, but when spices became cheap, the rich started making their food plain to stand out. Like how oysters, lobsters are fancy food now. I'm not sure if that's strictly true. I think having delicate food, like delicate palates or complicated food that's not just 1,000% overwhelming flavor, it's some of them, and some of it is just hard shit to get. When was the last time you slayed a dragon? Yes. Got a white pepper grinder thing. Horrid smell. How dare you? Then get rid of it. If you don't like it.
White pepper does have a weird smell though.
Fresh tamarind is where you get the good part of the flavour of barbecue. Okay. I won't remember that, but it's good to know. There is a perfect American stereotype. Put cheese on everything, but it's not even real cheese. I mean, no, what I put cheddar on Mrs. Six thing. It was really nice. I think it was a medium. One of the things that she doesn't get, and that a lot of people in my experience don't get, is that, like, I can eat mild cheese and enjoy it because I can taste it. A lot of people tell me that mild cheese has no flavor. I'm like, get some fucking taste buds. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I like really, really flavorful things, and I like really, really subtle flavors as well. How big are you in terms of what? I'm a big boy, so I decide, baby. I'm 6'3" and bigger than I should be. That's all you're getting. I'm not giving you a specific weight, because then you'll judge me, and I'll have to have a little cry.
You're not that big though, compared to people in
people
in America are massive.
And we see people who are way fucking bigger than I am, and I'm like, how? But I definitely could do with losing some goddamn weight. It's just effort. But working on it. Beach bod. Got to focus on the beach bod, and focus on not getting fucking takeaway. even though it's so much easier than cooking.
Because
I really don't like
But
cooking.
cheeseburger though.
Yeah, I like cheeseburger. Mostly, I like fried chicken. Man, there's a couple of really good fried chicken places near here, and they are fucking delicious. I'd eat it all the time.
When we were watching The Help yesterday.
Oh yeah, that chicken looked amazing. Yeah, we're going through the DVD collection, and The Help was one of them, which is a pretty solid movie. But there's a bit where they're showing off like all this food, and I was just like, oh god, I want to eat it all. So bad. Beach bod, beached whale. Thank you. Mike Tyson is like 5'10", but that height matters nothing if I was to... Oh, fucking, of course. Everyone is 6'3" on the internet. Hurts us 5'10" guys. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. My experience with being 6'3", as measured by a fucking doctor, is that I get a lot of people tell me that I'm 6'5", and they're 6'3", and I'm like, no, you fucking aren't. You 100% aren't that tall. You are 6'1" if you're lucky. It seems to be that 6'3" is like the platonic ideal of height. It's like that's what you are to be tall. And I just, yeah, I don't see it as that tall, and B, if you think it and you're shorter than me, you are not 6'3", as a matter of fact.
The tallest person I've ever met, there was a guy who was 6'6" who came into my mum's pub.
I've met a couple.
He had to duck under every single door.
A guy I used to know, his brother ran basketball stuff for like really like amateur leagues and stuff, but he went over to Canada and then brought a couple of people back, a guy and a girl, and they were both over 7 foot tall, and I was like, wow, this is what it's like to be everyone else. It was fucking weird. I was super... There was part of my brain that didn't like it at all. My old boss was so fat that his wife probably uses a poke flute to wake him up. Oof. That's just... Oh, that's oof. Sushi. Everyone acts like it's super hard, and that's what justifies the price. If you roll it yourself, it's easy and cheap by like 5 times. Almost certainly. Tasty too. If you're plus 6'3" and have fun being confined to the first floor of double-decker bus. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I barely scrape by and do have to duck. I was 6'6", now I'm old and 6'2".
Oh no, all the height.
How much did you shrink? I know a guy who's 7'2". He's super lanky though. Passes out if he gets up too quick. Nice dude though. That's good. I mean, when you're that tall, you either become like a person that people like, or everyone thinks you're a massive arsehole. Because you are, because you're so big and an arsehole. I'm nearly 6 foot, but I do not know how tall I am, so sick. Okay. Just, yeah, don't tell someone, if they tell you that they're the same height as you, that they must be taller because you think you're taller than you are. That's never a good look. Sushi, when you're too lazy to fry some fish. I mean, you could technically fry some fish and then put it into sushi. I don't think it would necessarily count, but you could basically do all the same things.
I can't remember what's in Gambap.
In what?
Gyambap? I think that's
Gyambap.
Right. Yeah, it's a Korean dish.
I know 2 guys who are unrelated, both of them 7 foot tall, about the same age, and grew up on the same street. That's really fucking unusual. To have, like, being 7 foot tall is pretty fucking unusual as far as I'm aware. Like I said, I've met the 2. I met 2 people who were that tall. I've met a guy who was 6'6", and he, for some reason, also wore platform shoes, so it made him absolutely fucking enormous. If I put on his shoes, I was the same height as him, which was weird for him and me.
Oh, it's just called gimbap. Okay.
Ah, I'll give your bap.
It's like It's like Korean sushi, basically.
A best friend of mine is 6'7". Conversation starter was always, "Do you play basketball?"
Oh my god.
No,
so
had 2 left feet.
Ugh.
He makes a great cameraman. I can imagine.
I think I'm hungry. These are making me hungry.
Are you looking at food on the internet
I'm
again?
looking at Korean food.
Ah.
I don't usually like sushi though because it's really mild. Unless the English version of sushi is really mild.
Probably. If you have a chicken teriyaki rolls, they have cooked chicken in them. There you go. That sounds really nice, actually. We play a decent amount of games with like lots of different Japanese food in them, like the Yakuza series, and some of that food looks fucking delicious.
All the food, I'm like, oh my god, it's so good.
And then you get to the end and you just start fucking mashing it into your character's mouth because you don't have time. Fun fact: if you want food, other people's houses often have it as a reward for defeating the crying and scared people boss. Yeah. But then that initiates another secret boss, and you have to go to the prison level. I fucking hate that level. It takes ages to get through it. Years sometimes. I swear, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I should try Wasabi.
Wasabi. There's a sushi bar in town here that does ghost pepper amazingly good. I think there's like one shop that does sushi here, and we've never been, and we really should. It's the problem with having kids, is that we can't. If right now we could, if we didn't have kids, we could just get up and go fucking buy some sushi at a shop or something. But they kind of look down on it if you just leave your kids alone for hours. Gonna wait until they're 20, and then we can do whatever we want. Beware, there's fake wasabi and real wasabi, but both are good, but one is just horseradish. Yeah, I'm vaguely aware of that concept.
I've had horseradish before, I liked it.
Tai Chi and TT. Okay. My brother is in the prison level. They say it's going to take him another 20 to 25 years to finish it. Well, it depends how he accessed it, I guess. There's the easy ways, and then there's the really dumb ways. Wasabi is basically horseradish. As I understand it, wasabi is wasabi, and horseradish is sometimes pretending to be wasabi. And if you think wasabi is just horseradish, then you've just had horseradish.
I don't know. I like things that I can taste. So if I can actually taste something, I'm like, ooh, I can actually taste this.
Yeah. Most of the time, things Mrs. Sick eats is just like texture.
Yeah.
And it's wasabi is disguised as guacamole, and guacamole, not guacamole. Guacamole. It's just every time I see guacamole, I turn into Zach Brannigan, and I can't. Zap Brannigan. I can't help myself.
Guacamole is really nice though, especially because if the ones that they have like chili flakes in.
I'd have to try it again. Last time I tried it, it was fucking vile.
Actually, need to find like a genuine,
like a decent
Mexican restaurant or something.
Sick has it right. The green paste is usually horseradish. Real wasabi is not, but I like both. Yeah. Wasabi, my brothers. Someone is quoting a very old advert, I think. Rotting tonsils, not the best spice, but Mrs. Sick might be weird. Okay. Same plant family, not same plant. It's hard to grow wasabi. Yes. It was in Clarkson's farm. He tries to grow some. Doesn't get a huge amount of it. Sends his guy, Caleb, to go and sell it. And they're like, we can't give you a lot of money for this because you can't provide it regularly. It's like, we'll take it, but it won't be a lot. Funnily enough, if you want to sell something for full price to a restaurant, you have to be able to give them more of it. Otherwise, they're not interested. Put some wasabi in someone's mayonnaise jar for a goof. I mean...
Don't fuck with people's food.
Yeah, don't ever fuck with people's food.
Because they might be sensitive to stuff or allergic to stuff or any other reason.
Or it's just a shitty thing to do. Like, it's never funny. The other one, and this will never not piss me off. Every time, like, I don't know why, but sometimes I read things just to piss myself off.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't know why I do this.
I hear you chuntering in the other room.
But I guess there's part of me that just kind of likes it. but reading stories about people who steal people's food at work, and it makes me so mad. It makes me so fucking mad. I saw one recently about a guy who comes in to this new place he's working. It's like, oh, which of the food from the fridge can I have? And it's like, none of it. It's not yours. People brought that in. That's their fucking food. And then the fucker steals it anyway. And it's just like, what's wrong with you? Just bring some goddamn food in. Like, if I ever end up in a situation with a work fridge, I am just bringing sandwiches to work. I ain't fucking trusting anybody not to steal my shit. Yeah. Because that would make me so angry. If someone stole my food, I'd be out for blood. Don't mess with people's food. Some allergies are uncommon. I'm allergic to vinegar, and people haven't believed me and tried to slip it in my food.
Wow.
So I mentioned that the stealing people's food thing pissed me off. The not believing people's allergies is also some. It's like, how does it hurt you if I tell you I'm allergic to anything? It does not.
You can literally be allergic to anything.
Just believe me, or just pretend to believe me, and leave my fucking food alone. I cannot fathom giving such a shit that someone else might be lying about something that you have to potentially kill them. What if someone told you, oh yeah, I'm bulletproof? Would you fucking shoot them? If you would, you're a psychopath. Do not do this. They might be joking. They might well be delusional, but they aren't fucking bulletproof, so leave them alone. And if someone tells you...
Someone who has a sun allergy, I think my sister does, because she goes outside when it's bright sunny day.
She crispies very quick.
5 minutes and she's bright red and burning.
Yeah. If someone steals your food, you have the right to make the digestive system... to take their digestive system in return. Speaking of putting shit in other people's food, you are, in my opinion, 100% welcome to put anything you want in your food, as long as it's clearly marked as my food. Do not eat it. Bad things will happen. You put those sets of words on, and then they eat it anyway, and then their asshole gets blown out by all the laxatives you put in it. That is 100% on them. They should not have eaten your fucking food. But yeah, since I don't have any food allergies, I added some types to what I bought in. Okay. What is silent, deadly, and smells like carrot? Ninja Bunny. Thank you so much.
I do have a hilarious allergy, okay,
Yeah.
to a lilac bush. Oh, I really like lilac. It's one of my favourite flowers.
Just speaking of the food stealers, you'd also have to be completely insane as that if you had a food allergy. And I'm just 100% sure someone at some point stole someone's food and then had an allergic reaction to what was in it and then got mad at them for it, which is just 10 times of just the entitled bitch move.
I was just about to say that somebody posted it about the guy who his food kept getting stolen.
Yeah.
So they started making it really, really spicy.
Yeah.
To see who it was.
Yeah. There's that, or there's the laxatives, and
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you're stealing someone's food, your rights go. At least what happens to you because of the food, I feel like you have very few rights at that point. Don't try and kill anyone. That's probably still pretty fucking illegal.
Somebody did something like putting super, like, it was basically like dehydrated chilies and then cutting them in chocolate and leaving them on their desk.
There was the one about a guy taking rabbit shit and coating it in chocolate.
Oh God!
And because he had this office full of people who were like really shitty to him and would steal things off him all the time. So he left it like on his desk in a box, like to the side, with like a card on top or something like that. That it was very clearly a gift meant for him, and they started eating it. And then one of them noticed grass inside one of the chocolates, and when he went to HR, he said, "I didn't offer them any. I just left it on my desk where things are not supposed to go missing from the desk. If that's a true story, it's fucking hilarious. Bad, but still fucking hilarious. If it's not true, it's a funny story. And I hope someone got inspired by it, because fuck that. I can't remember, but there's a musical comedian who has a song called and about stealing food. There's one line that's just evil. Leave the packaging behind. Remind them of what they have not got. Yeah, like putting stuff in. Or there was, one, they could see like a line of their food on the edge of the box because they'd clearly eaten it straight out of the packet. It's like, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, chili I know chili and chocolate is a real thing. I really like chili chocolate.
Yeah, because it's flavorful.
There's black chocolate as well. That's really nice. It's 100% cocoa. That is so good.
Yeah, you can actually taste it. Chocolate covered ghost peppers are very real and tasty. I wouldn't eat them. I've also never understood the doing spicy to be so really manly. I know a couple of people who do that, and you can tell they're not enjoying themselves. And I don't know what they specifically get out of it. I guess it makes them feel like a big man. But it's like, but you look so fucking stupid, and now you smell terrible.
They get a very spicy butthole.
Yeah. It's like, no thanks. I did spicy for the high. How spicy? What can you set fire to? Anything that doesn't belong to me, as long as you have some sort of permission to do it as well, and don't get into trouble, and keep my fucking name out of it.
Literally, spicy does get you high.
I've heard spicy enough. Yeah, it certainly has certain. Speaking of spicy, we watched the First We Feast, the guys who do the fucking chicken wing, the spicy sauce challenge thing, and they had these super spicy chicken wings, and it was fucking Slipknot members, and Corey Taylor, the singer for Slipknot, gets the hiccups during it. He says, "Oh, you can tell it is spicy," because like, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen, because it was so wholesome. The whole video was really, really fucking wholesome, and just adorable. But him sat there, this caricature of a scary guy, who, as a fan of the band for many years, like, obviously I don't find them at all scary in any sort of way, but you know, conceptually scary, and he's just sat there hiccuping. It just made me laugh so fucking hard. Well worth a watch, especially if you like them. How spicy does Sir Sick think full fat milk is? Not at all, even remotely. Yeah.
Full fat milk is. I can actually taste it though. It's a bit fat.
Hot ones always pastiche. What? I don't know what you mean by that. Funniest one was John Ortega doing that show without a single flinch. Okay. I think the funniest ones were probably the Gordon Ramsay ones. They were always very entertaining, just because he would critique it like heavily. It's like, oh, so dry. Like the next time he comes in, he brings some chicken wings that he's cooked, so they're like, even after being cooled down, I assume they're like still really fucking nice. Hottest pepper I ever had was called the peach scorpion. It was hotter than the Reaper. Fair enough.
I like spicy, but I don't see the point in like destroying myself. I like a certain level of spice that I can actually taste. I just know my limits, I guess.
Yeah, just things that I've got no problem with spicy as long as there's actual flavour there, and that it's an enjoyable flavour. Otherwise, I don't see the fucking point.
Oh my god, Naga chilies. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming. We're going to fuck off now, and we will see you in the next one.
I'm thinking of like jalapeno.
If she begs me for fucking takeaway after this stream, I'm blaming you, stream. Okay?
No, there's no way I can get jalapenos.
Oh yeah, because well, see what you did to her. That's really funny. You should do it again. All right, bye.
They really mean.